Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Detective Comics 985. Real quick, they finally said that they are going to do something big for the Detective Comics issue number 1000, which is good. Good. I hope that we get a hardcover. I hope that we get at least, or let's say exactly what we got for the Superman stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for something cool like that. Either way, shoot, where was the, okay, it was right up here. So on the outside, part 3, writer Brian Hill, artist Felipe Briones, Adriano Lucas is the colors, and Sal Cipriano is the letterer. Eddie and Eber, Barrows and Ferreira. Oh, and Adriano Lucas did the cover. Okay, Mark Brooks did the variant cover. So this was interesting. Let's say this was interesting. This felt like a Detective Comics book, make no mistake. I know there are a lot of people who are like, Professor Bill, this is like, you know, a fantastic detective run. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. You know, it's all subjective, dude. If you thought it was fantastic, that's cool. Don't come down hard on me if I thought it wasn't great. I'm not coming down hard on you for you thinking it was great. Jeez. So I'm still exactly where I was before. This is really fun. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely fun. I like the idea of the new villain. Can somebody let me know, was Batman ever in a war in Markovia? Because that's where they kind of implicated here. Like, what the frag was he doing in Markovia going after this one guy who was known for torturing and all that good stuff? You know what I'm saying? Torturing parents in front of their kids. Because that's weird. That's cool. That sounds like something Batman would do. But again, just like I talked about in the Justice League books, Batman needs to be grounded. Look, I know there's a lot of people who love when Batman goes on the outer space adventures. He gets involved in the cosmic adventures. He gets involved in all that stuff. And guys, go and check out Joseph Books on YouTube. He's a guy, low subs. That should change. And I had a conversation with him and Dark Knight over on Joseph Books' channel. And what do you call it? Dark Knight also very good take on comics. For such a small channel, he has a really good take on, let's say he can hold his own in a conversation about more than just Batman. You know, say he can hold his own and he'll stick to his guns on certain things and not in a stubborn way. You know what I'm saying? So I genuinely enjoyed this. It was like 4 hours long or something to that effect. So if you got the time, go over and check that out. It was a conversation about San Diego Comic-Con. All three of us are having a podcast conversation. So go check that out. I give a whole bunch of my views on there. We all give our opinions and our views on there. Either way, I feel like Batman needs to stay completely grounded. So and by that, like, his realm is Gotham. This is my city. Okay, so then what happens when you go someplace else? Now you are a hypocrite. I know it sounds mean, and again, if you like that Batman goes over to Markovia and all these other places and whatnot, not for a specific personal vendetta, then by all means, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, but Batman should stay, like, as a general rule, not an absolute rule, I feel that Batman should stay in Gotham. That's where he's strongest. That's where he is who he is. You want him fighting another hero, let it be because another hero is trying to, you know, break into his city. You know what I'm saying? Let it be for some reason like that. If they weren't invited, they're just getting involved, they're interfering, you know what I'm saying, and breaking up his process. That's how I feel about it. I almost feel like Batman should exist and the Batman comics should exist in a vacuum. You know what I'm saying? You bring superpowered characters into it. There's only but so much of him taking a ring from a Green Lantern or punching Hal Jordan in the face. There's only but so much of him beating up on Darkseid and stuff like that, you know? So him going into Markovia is cool, but then the way he handles it, obviously this guy winds up becoming way more powerful, reading his thoughts. He could have killed Batman and Cassandra and Black Lightning right there in the previous issue. He doesn't because he wants to mess with them. This shows Batman getting in over his head, and I'd like a reason for him to have been in there. Now, if you've read the comics before and you remember this particular case, and if this was a particular case, then shame on the editor, shame on the writer for not actually pointing out in a little, you know, text box with an asterisk, this happened in Shadow of the Bat, blah, 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 you know, issue number 1. Something to that effect. I would like to have seen something like that. But regardless, he created a bad guy who's come back to kick his butt. to me, the more interesting part, and what the heck was the point of bringing up basically eidetic memory? What was the point of that and calling it a condition? I'm trying to read this too fast. Hyperthymesia. What was the point of even bringing that up? You know what I'm saying? And Alfred. How would Alfred not know if he has this or not? You know what I'm saying? Well, clearly he didn't realize that you had this condition. I don't. Well, why would Alfred... Dude, maybe Alfred should stick to making, you know, cucumber sandwiches. What the frig, you know? And also, who opens up a book like that? Literally, they open up the book, they get right into it. There's no, like, introduction page or anything. Like, what the frick was that? It just gets right into it. I can see how that's a good thing in some regards, but give us a little bit of reminder of what just happened in the previous 2 issues, because, you know, sometimes we're going to forget. Some of us read a billion comics. So I feel like I'm complaining about this too much, and I don't mean to come off like I don't like this book. I really did enjoy this book. The thing that gets me about this book is it's more about the title than the writer, than the artist or anything like that. All of that was great in here. I feel like this is the comic book that we're supposed to be looking for. And when I see this kind of a comic book where I just feel like this is Batman, this is what Batman's supposed to be doing, this is how Batman is supposed to be, this is how he's supposed to be written, I'm all of a sudden going to get completely taken out of this when all of a sudden Justice League issue number 5, I think, is coming out next, pops up. Just leave Batman in Gotham. Let Batman do these sort of things, okay? Let us get an expanded understanding of why he was in Markovia at that particular instant doing what he was doing, and just let him stay there, man. Let him be Gotham. I am Gotham. Remember, we were just talking about that very recently in the Batman comics, or was it Detective Comics? Either way, I am Gotham. You know, Gotham is. That's what it was. Gotham is. That's what I want to see. I want to see more of this. The problem is that the other versions of Batman where he's trying to freaking ninja chop Mongol and stuff like, and making a Power Rangers mechazoid, you know, suit to go after Mongol and stuff like that in Dark Knight's Metal issue number 1. No, am I the only one? Leave Batman in Gotham. Leave Batman in stories like this. This was a really good book. And the only way that, the reason why I'm so hyped is because I know that this isn't going to last. There's no way that this lasts. It doesn't happen. I don't foresee that future. Guys, that's it for me. It sounded way too much like I was complaining about this book, and I'm sorry it came off that way. I genuinely am. When a book is so good, you just start thinking about how somebody else is going to come along and completely screw it up. Keep Batman out of space, man. Keep Batman in Gotham. Hashtag keep Batman in Gotham. How about that? Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.